Hi guys, Megha here. Welcome back to Mega Says. Um, as I told yesterday, from today I'm going to start a new topic. I had done 10 videos on finance. If you have not seen them yet, then please go on my channel. My channel name is Mega Says. If you went there, then you will be able to see my previous videos also, which are on our psychology, such as thinking, Ashavadi and Prayatnavadi, and all these types of videos are there. Also, I have done 10 videos on finance concept. In that, I have tried to tell maximum concept of finance in a simple way. Still, if you have any queries, then you can comment me. I will definitely reply you. From today, I am going to start to do the video about my passion. When I was a when I was a small child, at that time, whenever I used to go to my hometown, means to my mother's town, that at that time, my grandma or my uncle used to give me some books to read. The name of books were Chanduba, Champak, and some stories book. Whenever we go home, before going to home, on the stand we stop there. We purchased the books, and then we go to home. And because of that, the habit of reading got increased up, because while reading one book, I got to know about different types of book, different types of persons, different types of companies, and different types of concept. And whenever I read that, I try to buy books of another that persons. I try to buy books of on that concept. I try to buy books on that companies or ideas. Because of that, my habit of reading got increased. After that, when I was in 8th standard, at that time our class teacher was Kamath sir. One day, when I went his home and I saw that he has a big library, I feel very nice, and I decided that I want to prepare my own library also. That and I speak to sir also that sir, my wish is also to have my own library. Whenever I got time, I went to in library of our school and I used to read books. I was the one person who was taking books daily and returning books daily. So my reading speed was very fast. That's why I used to return the books content daily. Then one day, Kamal sir gave me a book which was about Sherlock Holmes. Firstly, when I first time read that book, I didn't understand anything, because that was my first attempt to read such a kind of book. But when I read it 2 times and 3 times, then I like that book. And actually, I fall in love with Sherlock Holmes. When I tried to go in depth to know about Sherlock Holmes, then I found that Sherlock Holmes is a he is a imaginary detective. Actually, he was not a real. He was imaginary detective, which was developed by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Um, he was a very well-known writer. Actually, he is a very well-known writer still today, and he writes so many stories. Out of his so many stories, Sherlock Holmes stories are most famous. And when I went to Itzalkaranji after my 12th completion, at that time there were continuously book exhibitions, and my auntie Nagesh sir used to take me to that book exhibitions. Whenever I go to that book exhibitions, I used to buy different types of books, and at one point I found that there are so many books of Sherlock Holmes, and I purchased all that books of Sherlock Holmes. When I came to home and I started to read them, at that time my age was increased and my maturity level was also increased. So when I read that book, I found that books very interesting. Uh, I read only 4 books at that time of Sherlock Holmes, and I found them very interesting. So I used to read them repeat and repeat. I tried to understand again and again. After a few days, when I was searching for different types of books on internet, I found a website called the Book Ganga, which was referred to me by Ketan. He's my social media friend. I found that book of Sherlock Holmes. Actually, it was a complete Sherlock Holmes, and that book's price was near about 700 or 800. And I bought that book, and as I started to read that book, I was mesmerized because I found so many new things about Sherlock Holmes that I haven't known till yet. So I started to read that book curiously, and in the first introduction of that book, I found so many beautiful things, such as I found that Sherlock Holmes was only written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Actually, he was a retired army person, but he was liking to write stories. He likes to write stories. He likes to make people's astonished and all these things. That's when he started to write the books. But when he writes to start the books on Sherlock Holmes, he was unaware that Sherlock Holmes will be so much famous. But after some time, he found that Sherlock Holmes has become the part of everyone's life in actually America, in England, we can say that. Because the story of Sherlock Holmes also takes place in the area of England. It is a 221 Baker Street. No, sorry, it's London. 221 Baker Street, London. The post address of Sherlock Holmes. The story took place at that place. So people were crazy for Sherlock Holmes. When he started to write the stories in one magazine, the sale of that magazine got increased suddenly. So the magazine company was also happy, and the magazine company was telling to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle to write so many stories. But whenever at whichever place Sir Arthur Conan Doyle goes, everyone says that, "Are you Sherlock Holmes? Are you writer of Sherlock Holmes? Are you father of Sherlock Holmes? Are you creator of Sherlock Holmes?" Means he was getting jealous due to his own prepared character, because everyone was knowing only to the Sherlock Holmes, and his unique identity was getting hidden. That's why he was getting upset, and he decided that he will not write the Sherlock Holmes stories. And he write his last book. In that, it is shown that Sherlock Holmes falls in the valley while fighting with one of his greatest enemy, and the story ends there. There was no written that is he alive, is he dead, where did he disappeared. There was nothing written in that book. After reading that book, the people become crazy, and they attacked on the magazine company. The sale of magazine company was also suddenly decreased, but still Sir Arthur Conan Doyle didn't make himself to write Sherlock Holmes. But still, the lovers of Sherlock Holmes, fans of Sherlock Holmes were writing to him, "Sir, please write the next story. Sir, please write the next story." After 7 or 6 years gap, he decided that he want to bring Sherlock Holmes back. Then he write again the entry of Sherlock Holmes, and when Sherlock Holmes again came in the life of everyone people. All people were very happy. They were celebrating the rebirth of Sherlock Holmes actually. All people enjoyed so much. And after that, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle keep writing, and till now I had read 52 stories of Sherlock Holmes, and all the stories are A1 class, the bestest story I have ever read. If you go through Sherlock Holmes books, many persons ask me, whenever I told them about Sherlock Holmes, they ask me that what we learn from that book. That book is not real actually. The Sherlock Holmes is also not real. Then why you read that book frequently? Actually, I used to read that book again and again whenever I get upset, or whenever I feel that I am not getting any proper way. At that time, I used to read that book again and again. So maximum people ask me that what you get from that book, why you read that again and again. Whenever I read that book, I feel that we shouldn't have to give up. Though the problem is so many big, but there is solution at anywhere. And now we see our problem with one perspective. We must analyze our problem with different perspective, so that we could get this better solution of that. The method of Sherlock Holmes is deduction method. Means in his book, Sherlock Holmes always used to say that whenever a crime happens, there is a reason behind that crime. There is a strong reason behind that crime. We just have to know that strong reason. If we understand the strong reason, then the culprit will be also come in the front of all of us. So firstly, whenever he tried to solve any crime case, or any case may be there, whenever he tried to solve that, firstly he tried to find the strong reason behind that crime, and then he tried to go to the culprit. But the story is written in such a way that we got shocked and we got involved in his stories, and at last we found that this was very easy, but we didn't understand. So Sherlock Holmes gives us the perspective to seek to the problems in a different way. Sherlock Holmes tells us that there is a solution to every problem. We must have keep patience. We must have to be faith on ourselves, faith on our thought process, and we must be candid, clear while thinking about our problems or while thinking about anything. That's what Sherlock Holmes teach me. Sherlock Holmes also teach me how to do a keen observation. His observation is brilliant here. Through his observation, he reached to different particular conclusion, and that conclusion is 100% right. Means whenever I decide that I will do any conclusion, but I am afraid that will be it right or is it okay. But when I read Sherlock Holmes' story, his conclusion was 200% right. So his observation was very keen. His study on psychology, he studied on different types of matters. Actually, he was an artist also. He liked to play violin. He likes music also. He likes to read different types of books. He liked to read newspaper continuously. He liked to study human behavior. So his study was a vast, and his technique to solve the problem, his technique to catch the culprit was awesome. That's why I love Sherlock Holmes so much. If you haven't read that, please do read the Sherlock Holmes books. You will also understand so many things. I am sure at least one problem in your life will be solved by Sherlock Holmes. So this was my today's video about my most one of favorite book. Today I will share with you another book. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.